Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be taking a quick little look at Counter Spy, which is on PS Plus at the moment, so grab it while you can until the 7th of April when the new PS Plus stuff comes available, I believe, for the month of April. So if you want to snag up the this game and others for PS Plus in March, I believe it was, that is how months work, March and April, then download it quickly because you will miss out on this game. So let's jump in here. I've actually finished this, and this is like basically a new game plus of sorts. So we'll just jump into a mission here, and I'll try to kind of explain what's going on. We'll do that one. All right. So you get money through missions by doing various things based on performance. You also find money through levels, and that can be used to refill ammo, which we'll need to do. You know, buy weapons. You have to unlock the blueprints to do this because, like I said, New Game Plus. I have got most of these, so I didn't know about that one, but I can't afford most of them anyway. You have to buy them once, and you can just use them whenever. So we'll just stick with that for now. We've got a pistol and a silence pistol, and we've got formulas, which are like perks. You know, you take less damage. You take less damage even. You know, start with one less DEFCON rating, which basically just sort of hints at the difficulty. You know, I'm going to use that one. I always like that one. You know, you can run silently. That's always nice. Destroy armoured cameras. And we'll just start. That will be alright. We're very early on, so it shouldn't be too hard. But as you can probably tell, this is a stealth game set in the Cold War era, where they don't actually call them America and Russia, but I think they're called like the imperialistic state and the socialist state or something. So heavily implied that it is, of course, Russia and America, but never outright said. So you are this little guy, this little dude with the weird shaped head, and we are here to. Oh, we could have actually. Well, never mind. We're here to stop them from launching nukes to the moon or something ridiculous. So that is our objective. And obviously, we want to do so silently because this is, after all, a stealth game. So we can probably sneak past them. We'll open this locker. That'll give us some money and a little joke. This game's full of jokes. Very silly game. Loves its humour. We'll get another one. Again, all this money goes towards our collective pool. We'll check out what's in here first. No, okay. You'll see at the top there. There's like a little map showing us the level. It's side-scrolling. Obviously, it's 2D, but then there are sometimes multiple layers, like you go down the elevator and this will take you down here. So we're going to be sneaky. That guy in white that we killed at the beginning is like an officer, and if he's alone and there are no other enemies and you point a gun at him, he will surrender, and that will lower the DEFCON rating by 1. So wait for him to come out and then point a gun at him and wait for him to notice us, and then what? Oh god, there's another guy. Okay, there we go. That can be a little finicky, depending on who's around. Alright, sweet. So you know, you've got some basic cover shooting mechanics there. Can I go to this sort of 3D-ish background? Oh boy. Okay, there's another one. You probably saw at the beginning of the level, it tells you what is in each level. How many, you know, formulas, which are these, like blueprints for formulas, blueprints for weapons or offices or whatever, and how many, I forget what they call them, like how many launch code plans or whatever. Of which you'll see when I get into the like mission select screen. You'll see that it tells you how many you need, and you know, every time you get like 4 or whatever, every time you sort of get into the next chunk, you will like get to the next story point or whatever. So if we were a bit further on, we had some more weapons, we could do this up a bit differently. You know, we could just have a shotgun or a assault rifle, we could just spray them all down, or some more interesting stuff. You could get like a tranquilizer gun, you could oh god. No. Or you just blow it out. That always works. And you get some cool slow-mo. Or my personal favourite, which I am probably going to buy if I can afford it after this, just because it is pretty cool. is you can fire like a dart at an enemy, and it will basically mind control him and make him fight for you for a bit. And he'll just start mowing his own allies down for a bit, which is pretty nice. But they will fight back, so there's a good chance that he might just die instantly. But if you're lucky, he'll take a lot of his allies with him. So always nice when there's a room full of enemies to turn one of them against them and then just have him mow them all down. Oh yeah. Headshots real effective, as you can imagine. And real satisfying to get when you can actually do it. So, got another formula page. I'm not sure what physical conditioning is. As I said, I did finish the game, so I did get most of the formulas. So that's why that requires 8. Most of the beginning ones cost like only require like 3 or 4. But because we're real deep in, you know, I don't know what physical conditioning is, but we'll find out when we get it. Also, you know, fairly simple. Again, gets a lot harder. Way more enemies, armoured enemies that don't go down so quickly, guys with rocket launchers, guys with grenades and stuff, so it definitely gets a lot crazier. Also, you know, you can just shoot cameras. And later on, you get you get armoured cameras, which is why I got that perk, that lets you, that you can't actually destroy unless you have that particular perk, so you generally just have to dodge their view or whatever. Okay. So the movement is kind of it's a little bit finicky, but it works well when it's effective when it works well. Is that if you push, you know, quite firmly in the direction, you'll run, but if you do it quite lightly, you'll sneak. Which is why I always like the silent running perk or whatever, just because it means I can sneak around without having to mess around with the firm light controls or whatever. But that's there if you want to sneak around without that perk, which is always nice, because sometimes you can't afford it, or you just want to use, you know, other perks. Obviously, you saw, or you probably saw that at the beginning of the level, I chose to go to America, so that is why we're fighting American soldiers in an American base. Okay, there's the end of the level. What that will do is, if basically anytime you get spotted or anytime you're caught in a camera, the DEFCON thing will slowly fill up, and once it completes, it will go to the next DEFCON level. So when you complete the level, it will just reset to like 0% of whatever you are currently at. So okay, we didn't get any launch plans there, but you see at the top there, I need 20. Is that 20? No, 25. Every 5 you get like a story beat or whatever, but once you get to 25, you launch like the final mission or whatever, which I literally just finished like an hour ago or something. So, and you can see there, you know, you can either do an attack on the Imperialists or you can do the Socialists. It doesn't actually matter because you're like a neutral organisation, so there's no sort of like socialist ending or imperialist ending or whatever. You just do whatever you think is more beneficial. You know, you'll see how many launch plans are, what collectibles you might be able to find. Later on in the game, you'll find that you have like a really high DEFCON rating, and that makes the levels not only really hard, but also it can make it so it fail, because if you get 1 and then you get caught there, it'll start like a 1 minute timer to finish the level. And if you do not finish the level in that time, then the level just ends and you have to like do a continue. So we'll do a Russian level just to show what that's like. I want to see if I can afford a more interesting weapon. That's the tranquilizer gun. That's the dart persuader. I might just save it for that. Yeah, that's the only one I need actually. No, we'll get silent runner. We don't really need the one that lets cameras. And we'll get some ammo actually. You don't really need too much stuff early on. It's pretty simple, but I have to say I do really like the style of it. I like I've always enjoyed this sort of like Cold War era James Bond like aesthetic that a lot of these like Cold War era things have. Cold War era fiction. I like the look of it. Very stylish, great soundtrack. It's got some great like I said, very James Bond-esque cinematics and intros and outros and stuff. It's very cool. So I think it plays pretty well. You know, fairly simple concept, but it's pretty responsive. We can sneak up to this guy and oh no. Okay, that was just me hitting X. if he hadn't seen me, then oh god, it would have done the like a silent takedown or whatever. This might be a bit tricky. We could probably go. I was hoping I could actually do a silent takedown. Just as a similar animation, but from behind, obviously. So you can't really, or you don't really want to trigger these because it'll do an explosion, and that will obviously alert any guards nearby. So, and these are health stations if you need them. I believe that just gives you money. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so there's the silent takedown. So. There's a health station down there. Obviously, a lot of the levels get more complicated. One of the interesting things to note, sorry, about this game is that there we go. A lot of the levels are like randomly generated. They tout that quite a lot in various like loading screen tips or whatever at the beginning of the game, which means that. There are a number of, well, you know, I say randomly generated, procedurally generated. There are a number of set levels, set rooms or whatever, for both Russians and Americans that will just generally cycle, and every level will be a collection of these random rooms. So, you know, by the time I finished the game, I would often see repeating rooms, but it was always in a different combination. I never got the exact same level in the same order because there's just way too many levels, I guess. But it's an interesting way to do it. It's a nice way to mix stuff up. You do get repeats, but again, you know, never in the same order. So if I had the Persuade or whatever, I could have... Sweet. I could have just, like, you know, mind controlled that guy, and he probably would have killed that guy. But then again, there's a good chance that the guy on the left would have just killed him anyway, so... Bit of risk-reward there. It's a good way to cause some havoc anyway, you know. I always find that later on you'll get rooms just full of guys, and if you just, you know, mind control a couple of them, then all shit just sort of breaks loose, and it's a good way to get some kills in without anyone really noticing you. Also, you don't really need to worry about cameras spotting you, because I don't think cameras spotting bodies, I should say, because I don't think they can. They spot you obviously, but you don't need to worry about moving bodies or anything, because you can't do that. I just like killing every camera just because you get points for doing so, and that translates to money. So these blue machines, these blue computers are launch plans. So, and I think that's another one. Oh boy. Okay, we can... I thought of a red barrel. Oh boy. Okay, we don't really need to be silent anymore. There we go. I thought I saw that. Oh. Okay, that guy's calling in a radio. We need to kill him. Alright. We're good. Handily done. Again, very early on. A lot of the enemies later on take more damage, deal more damage. They have different weapons, shotguns, rocket launchers, grenades, and stuff. So, oh god, there's another room. Very nicely done. See, that's like the perfect execution of a room. Is whenever you get a room that you just can pop off a couple of headshots and move on without getting caught. It's always the most satisfying way to do things like that. But alright, so yeah, again. You get a score and stuff. There's some interesting online stuff here where you'll get like score rivals when you get further along enough, because you've got like a permanent score per sort of campaign, I guess. It'll say that, you know, you've got a score, you've got a rival with this guy, and he's got this much score, and you know, you can sort of beat him, and if you beat his score, her score, you get a bonus reward. But then there are also weird things where I don't really know how it works, where there's a chance that an online player has died in a level or something to that effect, and if you find their body, which is just like placed somewhere in the level, then you get like a big chunk of cash. But I'm not entirely sure how that works. So we'll do one more level. I might have enough. Ah, damn it. Oh fuck it, we'll get the shotgun. Shotgun's always fun. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of the default unsilenced pistol. You have to always have that equipped, which is a shame because it becomes pretty useless after a while. But definitely, I'm interested to know what that does. Silent runner is always a very safe option. Okay. And there are some other weapons that I haven't unlocked, but I was mainly focusing on formulas anyway when I had the choice. Alright. Alright. Okay. So, you know, there are, like, because it's all procedurally generated or whatever, there are a lot of different entrances, different opening stages, or whatever you want to call them, beginning rooms, for both sides, obviously, that you will see repeated a lot. But, you know, like I said, it's all about the combination, I think, that makes it work well. And there are a decent amount of rooms, so... Okay, very nice. Oh, thought I had that. That killed him. Weird. We could probably get up there. Okay, sweet. I think. Oh Jesus! I think enemies can discover bodies, if I'm not wrong. So you can't move bodies, but it encourages you to make sure you kill everyone in a room, or at least try and get out whatever the word is, undiscovered or whatever. So this guy's taking a piss. I know he's dead, so that's unfortunate. This guy is also taking a piss, and he's got his friend to guard him while he pisses because he's that self-conscious. Okay, we got some vents. This game's very good at highlighting stuff that you can sort of interact with in the environment. Obviously, a lot of these, you know, a lot of the containers are very obvious. A lot of the, I mean, obviously the things that, what do you call it, that have, is that a silent shotgun? That'd be awesome. That have, you know, formulas in there are very obvious. So, and you know, anything you can take cover in is you know, very brightly coloured yellow. Anything you can climb up is also very brightly coloured yellow. So, they do a good job of highlighting stuff in the environment, communicating stuff to the player with pretty minimalistic stuff. And it's always handy to have the whole level laid out at the top, so you can know, you know, you're not missing any rooms, or you know how many levels are left or whatever. That guy fell off. We'll just cause some havoc. We're right there now. That shotgun's not too effective at range, but close up it can be a real fucker. I'm not sure what that thing is. Looks like the aiming reticle from Alpha Protocol, but I don't think you can shoot from cover or anything. Alright, sweet. Okay, there's some stuff up there, we'll get that. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Fuck it. Throw the camera with a shotgun. Why not? We don't need to be stealthy anymore, everyone's dead. Okay. Alrighty, one more. Alright, there's the other launch plan. I think once you've got the max launch plans or whatever, all 25, they just start giving you money if you find them, so that's always nice, but this game's decently long, I think. I played it all the way through, like I said. It got pretty hard towards the end. That last mission did take me a number of tries. Okay. Okay, so we got the rocket schematics, and it'll give us some story stuff here. Which we'll just skip it through, but yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It took me probably, I don't know, 6-7 hours. It's decently long, and there's definitely a lot of replayability with like the New Game Plus stuff, and you unlock multiple difficulties, and you know you carry over with the weapons and the formulas. So I've still got a bunch of weapons and some formulas to unlock Yeah, so I might stick with it. But that's Counter Spy. I believe it's PS4, PS3, and PS Vita only. It's Sony platforms only, unfortunately. Hopefully it comes to Steam soon enough. But again, like I said, it is PS Plus for the month of March, which ends on the 7th. So I don't know what. I think by the time this goes up, it will probably be past the 7th, unfortunately. But you can still get it on PS4 or PS3 or PS Vita, like I said, for the pretty fair price. I think it's $15, £12, I think, which is pretty fair because, like I said, decently large game. But that's Counter Spy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.